Can the best female fighter defeat male fighters?
Yeah, she's the female boxer who was really the best in the world. Nobody wanted to fight. You're right. She was sparring with guys. I mean, she was probably the best female boxer ever. And nobody knows who the hell she is.
Women fighting men is a very popular topic in combat sports. Years ago, media reported that Ronda Rousey could beat Floyd Mayweather in a
When she was
fight.
on top.
Today, there are still a lot of speculations that Amanda Nunes
She
could
cannot
be
beat
male
Floyd
champion.
Mayweather, bro. I don't care what y'all say.
Well, this is literally the best female fighter of all time, and she actually fought a man. Nicknamed the Lady Tyson, Lucia Riker
The
is a
Lady
woman
Tyson.
who conquered the world of kickboxing and
Yo,
boxing.
she's like the best in
During her
women.
reign across two sports, the media dubbed her as the most
So,
dangerous woman in the
okay.
world. She hit so
Let
hard
Lady
that
Tyson
in
fight
sports science
Mike
shows
Tyson.
Her punches exceeded the force of a male fighter by 200 pounds. A seasoned trainer who got hit by her and another Olympic male boxer said he couldn't tell the difference. When tested against Houston Alexander, a light heavyweight MMA fighter, Lucia hit just as hard as him. Yes, this makes her one of the hardest hitting women of all time. Widely regarded as the greatest
wonder how
female
true that
boxer
is.
of all time, Lucia was undefeated in all her 54 fights with women. In kickboxing, she had 37 fights and 4 world titles. Most of her fights were won by knockout. In boxing, she had 17 fights with 2 world titles. 14 of her fights were by knockout. But what happened when she fought against a man? Fight fans, welcome back to another episode of Striking Breakdowns. In this episode, we explore how the best female fighter was defeated by a male fighter.
She was defeated by a
This
male
special
fighter.
event took place
Yeah,
when
you're gonna
Lucia
see.
Riker already had 4 world titles in kickboxing. Training with the legendary Vos Gym from the Netherlands, her corner included the great Ernesto Hoost. By the time of this fight, Lucia ran out of kickboxing opponents and her trainer suggested it could be a good idea to fight a man. Her opponent was Somchai JD.
Yeah, the trainer was setting her up, bro. So it was a good idea. She's not a good idea.
No.
But you gonna see.
An amateur fighter in Australia. He had a total of 14 fights and was a local amateur champion.
He's an amateur.
The first round was closely contested, but Somchai landed the clean of power shots. He even knocked Lucia's head back with a big cross. The Thai also swept Lucia multiple times, once with a teep, another with a roundhouse, and then once inside the clinch. Somchai didn't look like he had better technique, but he was clearly faster and more powerful. Lucia was also able to sweep Somchai once, and for most of the round, she was the one pressing forward with aggression. Overall, Somchai covered the long range much more effectively than Lucia. This was important for him to be a sniper, allowing him to land clean shots without a response.
Damn, you see that?
It's obvious here that it wasn't the technique that made the difference, it was the power and speed. In the second round, it was clear that Lucia wanted to overwhelm her opponent and tried to steamroll him. She was able to put Somchai onto the ropes and start swinging. After landing several big punches, she had her opponent cornered. But that's when he started swinging back, landing a left and right hook with an uppercut that sealed the knockout.
Oh, there you go.
Damn, bro.
The fight was immediately called off, and the trainer came in to cradle Lucia. It was a courageous showing by the best female fighter of all time.
I'll give it to her,
After
man.
this sanctioned exhibition fight,
She's the
I'll give it to her. She held on.
nah. She definitely did. She's the best female fighter
She's the
like
best female
ever.
fighter, right?
And she went against an amateur fighter.
Amateur. See, now
And-
imagine if she didn't go against an amateur.
If it was a pro, it would have
If it
been
was a pro,
over in
it
the
would-
first.
It would have been a wrap.
Probably the first 30 seconds.
Yeah.
It would have been over. But she didn't do it. She did good.
She got hard.
She did good.
But for actual women to think this is a good idea,
it's not a good idea.
no.
Lucia would go on to be trained by Freddie Roach and dominate the world of boxing. At one point, she was a superstar who received $1 million fight offer. When she
she's
retired,
actually
Lucia
pretty.
became a
Yeah, she is.
motivational speaker and a coach, at one point coaching Ronda Rousey for striking. As for her opponent Somchai, not much is known about him. Contrary to what many people speculate, Somchai was not Thailand trained. He moved from Thailand to Australia and New Zealand at a young age and learned his Muay Thai locally. What we do know is that he wasn't part of the Thailand fight circuit and would not fare well against top Muay Thai fighters.
He was a real amateur.
What are your thoughts about man versus woman in a sports competition?
So can you imagine if she went
Do you
against
think
like
they should sanction
the
matches
big
between
dogs?
genders? Drop a comment below to share your thoughts.
Yeah, nah. So all this
Man
woman
versus woman should not happen.
Yeah, that's not a good idea.
Like, I shouldn't even have to explain. Use your common sense. So, but she held her own.
Yeah, she did good. That's it.
All right.
We gotta move.